this topic so many people deal with and get so overwhelmed with, because they have this fear, they have this belief, and it stops them from taking action and genuinely bringing what they want into their life. And I have a whole different perspective on what I'm going to share with you guys all about limiting beliefs today. So if you guys are tuning in, comment below, let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know how your weekend was. Let me pull this up, and let somebody in to the group as well. So if you guys are tuning in, comment below, let me know. I hope you guys had a really good weekend. I had a really fun weekend, really relaxing weekend. I am traveling later this week. So getting everything just like ready, prepped before I leave. So this morning I was thinking about like, what do I really want to talk about today on Empire Creator Live Show? And something that is a constant, I don't even want to say battle, but like a constant thing that we have to work on as entrepreneurs is our mindset. Like that is just something where you don't learn once and then it's like, I'm done with it. I'm not really gonna like focus on it again, but it is something that's like a constant like working on, because if you don't, then there's almost this feeling of you take one step forward and then it's like you take 2 or 4 steps back. Let me know in the comments if you've ever felt that way, where you feel like you're taking like 1 step forward or like 2 steps forward. You have momentum that's built up, and then you get to a point where you have fears, you have doubts, you have these like limiting beliefs come into play that aren't even real. So this morning I woke up, I did like my normal routine. I meditated, I journaled, I looked at what I need to like get done for today, who I need to coach, like all of the things. And I looked at that, and as this feeling that came up, which was a lot of people on Monday mornings have this doubt and fear and anxiety of what is going to happen during the week, right? It's either like, I don't know like what I should focus on. I don't know if this is going to go well. I don't know if I'm going to make sales. It's like their initial feeling that they have on Monday mornings is like fear, anxiety. And usually it comes up like in your body. Like you can feel either anxiety in like your chest. Some people feel it in their jaw, their back, whatever that is. Now, for me, as I have grown and scaled in my business, there has been seasons where there have been so many like fears and limiting beliefs that literally paralyze me from getting to like the next level in my business, whether that is like monetary wise, like getting to the next like number in my business, getting to the next level in terms of like my brand, in terms of my audience, whatever that is. Like there is this sort of like fear that sometimes would come up for me. And what I realized was at every single level in your business, whether you're just getting started, you already have clients, and now you're scaling, there's always this like voice in your mind that says, don't do the next thing because you don't know what's going to happen. Don't do the next thing because you don't know what is going to happen. Or you get this like sense of overwhelm because you feel like there is so much that you have to do now in order to get to the desire and the goal that you want. So this morning, I was also editing some of my TikToks I'm going to be posting later this week. And in one of the TikToks, I talked about how I have gotten everything that I have desired and more because of this technique that I talked about on that TikTok video. And that technique was basically, I was talking about how I like attracted, manifested everything and more that I wanted in my life. The business, the relationship, the location, even like the car, like literally everything that I wanted, I attracted and I manifested everything. And usually the cycle of how people have a desire, try to take action, And then self-sabotage is usually like the same type of cycle, right? So if you like visualize this as a cycle, the first step is somebody has like a desire, right? Somebody has a desire, whether they want money, maybe they want X amount of followers, they want the business, they want, I don't know, flowers, like whatever it is, like they have a desire. That's the first step. They have a desire and they're like, oh my goodness, that would be so amazing if I had that in my life or in my business. And then after they have the desire, which is step one, they go into step two, which is, oh, I actually believe that I could actually have that. Because maybe they see somebody on social media where they have the business, they have the career, they have the relationship, they have the clothing. Like you see someone who does have it too, or you see somewhere like, I don't know, where you're at the gym or at the mall, like you see proof that you can actually have it too. So it further reaffirms that belief in you. You have the desire, then you're like, oh, I actually believe I could do it too. Then the next step that immediately our mind goes to is how, right? It's like, we have the goal to do this. We believe we can do this. Then it's like, how? How can I actually get to that destination land? Right? Like, and sometimes our mind will go through these 3 steps in a matter of literally 30 seconds. Like we can have a desire, we see someone on social media have it, and then we're like, how? Like, how can I have that too? My charger just fell and it was like the loudest noise ever. It just scared me. Then we go through and we're like, okay, how? Like, how can we have it? Now, this is where most people will self-sabotage themselves. They will think of how, and then they will get overwhelmed. Because when they think of how, they're like, okay, I have to. So for an example, let's say that you desire to have, I don't know, like you desire to have 1,000 followers on one of your social media platforms. You're like, I want to have 1,000 followers on Instagram by the end of the month. Right. You see other people doing it. It's possible for you. And you're like, okay, I believe that I can actually make it happen for me too. And then you're like, okay, in order to do that, I have to post every single day. I have to record reels. I have to edit the reels. I have to create graphics. I need to write copy. I need to find music. I need to find time to do it. And I need to figure out the hooks, the topics, the stories, everything that I need to add into my content or to make this happen. That feels like a lot I have to do. Now I am overwhelmed. When you get into that state of overwhelm, immediately what happens is our mind goes into, I don't think I can do it. So the belief that we had goes away and you stop believing. And that is where you self-sabotage, limiting beliefs come up, and you block yourself from actually receiving the desire that you want. It's a cycle. You're like, okay, let me, like, I don't know if I can do it. Or maybe you do like some like small things, but you don't play out to your full potential because of the fear that comes up, because of the overwhelm that comes up. And then the cycle starts over. You see another desire, you get the belief, you think of how, you get overwhelmed, and then you stop believing. Desire, belief, overwhelm, don't take action, stop believing. It's literally the cycle. And let me know in the comments if you guys have ever experienced this, because I know I have. Charleston, hello from Tampa. Erin is here. Hiya. Gaurav, hello, everybody. Let me know if you've ever experienced this. Now, the goal is always to how can we stop the cycle? How can we get out of this basically like vicious cycle that a lot of people are stuck in for a very, very, very long time? And this is also where I always talk about like self-awareness is so key and so crucial, because if you're aware that this is happening, and this can happen once again in a matter of like minutes, seconds, it can happen over time, over the course of like days or weeks. But when you bring awareness that you have a thought that's actually self-sabotaging your success, you have the ability to actually stop it. even if your body might not catch up to what you believe is actually true. And I know I talk about this so much, but I'm gonna say it again, like your mind will first know what is true before your body does, because our body has been programmed for years and years and years on the beliefs that we thought were actually true when in reality they're not. So of course, when you do something scary, you get anxiety. Of course, when you do something new, you get like, oh my gosh, like stress, or you get worried, or it's scary, because of course, naturally, we're trying to keep ourselves safe. So what we actually want to do to break out of the cycle basically looks like this. Okay. And this is something that I have done from the beginning of time, before I ever even had a business, to build my brand on social media, do all of the things. This is basically what it looked like. Cycle starts the same. You have the desire. That is number one. Have the desire, whatever it is. Step two, you believe that you can actually have it. You believe you can actually bring it into your reality. You believe it's true for you too, because you have seen other people do it. Step number three, same thing. You think of how. How can I bring this into my reality? Desire, belief, how. Now, this is the difference between cycle number one and cycle number two. Before you get into the overwhelm, when you think of how, there will be a thought in your mind that tells you an action to take, no matter what it is. And it might be multiple actions, right? You might think about, I have to, like, once again, like you might think about, I have to write copy, I have to record videos, I have to edit videos, I have to do all these things. There might be numerous actions that come up that you have to do, but there will be one overarching action that comes up in your mind, regardless of what it is. And this literally could be anything. It could be going on a walk. It could be calling your friend. It could be investing into a mentor. Like, there will be an overarching action that comes in your mind. When that happens, what you want to do, instead of going into a state of overwhelm, is you want to go take that action. And you want to stop thinking about everything else you have to do. So the cycle looks like you have the desire, you have the belief you can do it, you think of how, an action comes up in mind, and you go take that action. Once you take that action, guess what will happen? You will either start to see proof that the desire that you want is actually, like, it's actually there for you, or you will gain confidence and more belief that you can actually bring that desire to you. So for an example, let's go with the example, you want 1,000 followers on your social media. You have the desire, you have the belief, you think of how to do it. And one of the actions that comes up is, I need to make a post right now. Maybe you haven't posted in like 2 days, 3 days, a week, a month, whatever. First action that comes up is, I need to make a post right now. You want to stop thinking, don't go into overwhelm, and take that action in that moment. Say it takes you 10 minutes to write up a piece of content, post on social media. What will happen is, in the next hour, in the next 2 hours, within the next day, you're going to see likes, comments, and followers. That is proof in your mind that the action that you took is working. So you actually continue believing that your desire can be true for you, instead of not believing. It's such a small step, but it's such a big step that a lot of people like don't do, because they get so stuck in the step of overwhelm. It's like, but I have to figure out the perfect headline, but I have to do this, but I have to do this, like I have to do all these things. But the one thing that they don't do is actually take the action. It's like, if you get in, it's like the saying, once again, if you get in your head, you're dead. Like, you won't take action if you feel so paralyzed in what to actually do. And this has repeatedly been like the same thing for anything. This can literally be, guys, this can literally be if you were choosing what to wear to go on vacation. You know how stressed people get? I know, and I'm saying this because I used to do, like, I would literally do the same thing. People get so stressed out on what to wear, and they'll get they will get so overwhelmed. And instead of it taking like 5 minutes, it'll take them like an hour to figure out what they want to wear. Or it's like where they want to go eat. Or it's like what to make for dinner. It's the same cycle over and over and over again. So the limiting beliefs and the fear and the desires that you have, all of that, like, it's always going to be there. Because I think one thing that a lot of people think is going to be true is the limiting beliefs are going to go away. Like, they're not going to be there. The fears aren't going to be there. The scary feeling is not going to be there. But the thing is, it's always going to be there. Like, always. But they're going to be less loud when you continue to take the action and when you also reframe those like thoughts, right? Because give me an example, actually, those that are watching live, if you guys are able, give me an example of a desire that you want. And also give me an example of like a current fear or a limiting belief that you might have. Hi, yes, definitely happened before. Let me know in the comments and I'll give you guys an example. One thing, because within the past week, I was doing on, and some of you guys saw this on my Instagram stories, I was helping people with their messaging for their offers. And it was so cool to see like the different type of offers that people were selling. Now, one belief that I know a lot of people have, a limiting belief that a lot of people have is, what if I launch and not many people sign up? Like, what if I launch and no one buys? Or what if I launch and no one registers? Whether it's a free or a paid class, right? What if I launch and it doesn't do this thing? And what will happen is when they're in the midst of the cycle, so the desire is, oh my gosh, so aligned. Hi, lots of people registering for my free masterclass. Perfect. So let's go with that. So funny how like we're just in alignment right now. So the desire is, I want a lot of people to register. Let's say your goal is 100 people to register. Amazing. You're like, I've seen other people do it. Maybe you have done it in the past, or that is just a goal. You know, it's really possible for you. You have the belief. Then it's like, okay, how can I get there? And you think of all of the ways and how you can promote the masterclass. You can go live, you can post about it, go to your current clients, you can do a collaboration, you can do, you know, post in your Facebook group, whatever that is. You think of all of the ways to do it. Now, what might happen is you might not get overwhelmed, but you might think about, in the past, I've done it, but it didn't work the way I wanted it to. So that's another thing. It might not be overwhelm, but it might be like the fear that comes with doing that action. Like, I've done it before, but it didn't work the way that I wanted it to work. So when that happens, what we think about immediately is, I need to make sure the action that I take is very different energetically and strategically in order to have a different outcome. Like, okay, like I need to have this like completely different energy with it. I need to have a completely different strategy with it. And that is also where overwhelm occurs, right? So this time around, it might not be you're overwhelmed with the actions, but you're overwhelmed because you have to make it like different, or you have to make it like 10 times bigger than what you did previously. This is my like thought process behind it. Now, whether you have that limiting belief of either A, not many people are going to sign up, or B, I'm not sure how to make it new or different or exciting if I've already quote unquote tried everything in the world to get people to sign up for my masterclass. Think about this. If you were to reframe that I have done everything to try to get people to sign up for the masterclass, I love to think about I'm like, this masterclass, my goal isn't even to get people to sign up for the masterclass. Like, that's not the goal. My goal is to actually get people aware that this transformation that I'm providing in the masterclass is actually possible for them. If you make that reframe from getting 100 people signed up to bringing awareness to 100 people can actually have this transformation, the way that you actually show up and do the actions that you've done in the past that maybe did not work the way you wanted it to is going to be completely different, because you already know how to take the action. But previously you might be thinking, what do I need to say? What is the different messaging? But now you know, because the perspective and how you're looking at your desire is completely different. You guys see what I'm saying? For an example, one of my goals this year on TikTok is to reach 100,000 followers. I'm almost at 20,000 followers on TikTok. And sometimes when I think of that goal, it's overwhelming. I'm like, holy shit, 100,000 people, that's a lot of people, right? That's my intention. That is my goal. And when I feel that way, I immediately shift into thinking, I don't want 100,000 people to follow me. I want 100,000 people to be so fucking aware that they can genuinely build such an unforgettable life by becoming their own boss. Like, that is my true goal, is to show 100,000 people that they are actually able to build the life that they want through entrepreneurship, through business, through manifestation, through attraction. For me, when I look at that intention from that way, my anxiety, my stress, my overwhelm, it goes away. And you want to know why? It is because when I am teaching, I am already embodied of it. Like, I don't need to learn how to create good messaging. I don't need to learn how to create good strategy. I don't need to learn how to be magnetic on camera, because I'm literally a living, breathing example of it. Can you guys, like, I just felt the biggest energetic shift. Did you guys feel that too? When we are literally, hi, I know, I literally just felt the biggest energetic shift, and I know you guys felt it too. This is like the difference. This is the difference between you leading with action, but still having the limiting belief, which is fine. You're still going to have limiting beliefs, versus you taking the action and reframing the limiting belief into one that is actually empowered for you to keep going, that's actually empowered for you to take the different action. This is the difference. And the thing is, as you continue to grow and scale, as you continue to go after new and different desires, there will be different levels, different ways this limiting belief might appear, right? This can even be, I see this happen a lot. This can even be, maybe you're already very successful in your business. Like, you're comfortable, you're making money, you don't have to worry about money anymore, you have clients, all of the things. And it's like your desire is to get now to like more. It's just basically more. Everything else is extra. And you want to build a brand more, you want to get more people into your offers, you want a bigger audience, like all the things. What might be stopping you now is, oh, I'm already comfortable. Like, I don't need to do all of this. Like, it's great. Like, I want to, that is my desire, but I don't need to, because what's driving me now isn't necessarily money. What's driving me now isn't necessarily like, I have to build my business to a point where I can live. Like, that's not even a thing anymore, right? Because you've already built it to a point where you are comfortable. And I see this happen a lot. It's like, we're here. Now it's like, can we get over here if that is your goal? If you're here and you want to stay here, that's amazing. Like, you already are so successful because that's where you want to stay. But if you want to get to up here, then you need to reframe what already feels comfortable. So for an example, if you built your business, you were comfortable and you're like, okay, like I know I want more people in my audience. I know I want more clients. I don't need it, but I want it. This like would be the reframe. I now don't need to take action from a place of I am doing this to like just make money in my business. But now my intention of taking the action is so much greater than just making money in the business. Did you guys hear like the difference of what I just said? Before, when I would take action in my business, the entire intention was, yes, I'm helping clients. Yes, they're getting transformation, but it's like I'm making money in my business. Like that was the goal and that was the intention. Now it's like when I take action, I'm doing it because it's more for like the mission. It's more for the transformation. It's more for the like the volume of people that I haven't reached. And for me, I don't look at me as just a business owner. I look at myself as a real like leader in this industry. So for me, when people look up to me in my audience, yes, I help them with their business. Yes, I help them transform. Yes, I help them make money. But people look up to me to make real change in the world. Like I have people messaging me saying like, oh, I watched your video. It helped me do this. Like I implemented this and it helped me do this. So for me now, it would be the biggest fucking disgrace if I sat there and I stayed comfortable in where I'm at in my business because I'm fine. I could make no money for the rest of the year and I would be more than okay. But for me now, it's like, and this is once again, it also goes back to self-awareness. It doesn't mean you always have to do more, but it's like for me, I know I'm that type of person where I am meant to impact like millions of people. That's just who I am. Like I knew that before I ever even had a business. That's like my goal. That is where I see my brand going. And for some people, it is just having the business, and that is their like main goal. And that's amazing. But for me, if I were to stay comfortable now, that is me self-sabotaging because I am meant to do more. So making that reframe now, it's like you built the business, you have the money, you have the audience, you have the clients. Now take it to the next level because there are so many people waiting for you. Right? Let me know if this is really resonating with you guys. Massive breakthrough. Thank you. Yes, I felt it too. Charleston, people can feel if your desires to make more money or if it is what you actually state your mission is. Yeah. It's like I can tell the difference. And this isn't like good, bad, right, or wrong. It just is. I can tell the difference between a business owner on social media that their goal is to build their business and get clients versus a business owner who has a business is making money, but they're building a real mission versus a business. And both are still building a business, both are still getting clients, both are still making money. But that's like the difference. Just yesterday, I relaunched my YouTube channel. I had my YouTube for years now. I have over 300 videos on there, and it is because I repurpose every single one of my daily Facebook Lives that I did in college. We just crossed 200 subscribers on YouTube, which I'm so excited about. And I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to expand on YouTube. And if you guys don't know, YouTube's a lot of fucking work. It's different than posting on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok. You have to record videos, you need to get them edited, thumbnails, scripts. Like YouTube's a whole different ballgame. I did not need to expand on YouTube, but I wanted to because there's a whole different world on there that I have not reached. And for me, I'm basically starting over from scratch on YouTube. I have 200 subscribers on there, 200. Some of you guys might have more than me, and I'm sure you guys do. Right. But for me now, it's like going through and expanding my brand on YouTube. It feels so fun and so exciting because it's like I'm starting over again from scratch. And it's going to be fun to see what works and what doesn't work. Like what people like, what people don't like. How to figure out what type of videos actually get more views and what doesn't. The whole like for me, when I think about that, there's like a whole different world that I haven't even touched on YouTube. And it's not coming from a place of, oh my gosh, like I need to have hundreds of thousands of followers on there. And of course, eventually that will happen, but it's not coming from a place of like lack where I need to be on there in order to build my business and make money. It's like, it's not coming from that place, because if it were, then it would be like the overwhelm piece, right? Because then I would have to think about all of the videos I have to create, all the videos that need to be edited, all of the videos that need to be posted, and all of the other things. It's not coming from there. And sometimes when we do something new and different, and can feel scary and like, I don't know if it's going to work. Like you have the fears and you have the doubts. But it's like, I did not lead in that way at all, whatsoever. And it also takes this level of humility and like being vulnerable, because when you do something that is completely new, an extension of your brand, especially in this like level, people are watching. Like I have thousands of people that are watching me launch my YouTube right now. We have 200 subscribers on YouTube, which to me is like honestly amazing. I think we had like 180 or something yesterday or 150 or something. We have 200. And I got like 84 views on my first video, on the video I like posted yesterday. Meanwhile, on TikTok, I'm approaching 20,000 followers. And one of my videos is at over 600,000 views on TikTok. So what could have happened was I could have leaned into, oh my gosh, I only have 200 subscribers on YouTube. Oh my gosh, only 80 people watched the video. Oh my gosh, it's going to take me forever to grow. Oh my gosh, should I have even expanded on YouTube? Oh my gosh, it's going to take me forever. Like all of the things that once again are not true, that hold you back. So what I want to wrap it up. Hello, Kristen. You just took me to church. So inspired right now. I'm so happy. What I want to wrap it up with is I want all of you to break the cycle of your limiting beliefs, of your overwhelm, of what's holding you back. And if you guys are just tuning in or you tuned in halfway, go watch the replay, because I talk about the two cycles, the one cycle people go through and the cycle that you actually want to go through. And being so much more aware of your thoughts, because how many times are you even aware that you have a limiting belief, you have a fear, but then you continue to entertain it? And I'm calling all of you out right now, because I know you, like, actually all of you that are watching, how many times do you have a fear, a limiting belief, but you don't do anything to reframe it, and you don't do anything to overcome it, and you just kind of leave it, or you sit with it, or you just let it be there? I want you, my challenge for all of you for the rest of the week, for this week, and report back to me next Monday. I want you to reframe all of the beliefs that come up this week, all of the limiting beliefs, like even the smallest ones. I don't think people will pay me that much money. Reframe it. I have a post I'm posting on Instagram in like 20 minutes. And it talks, that post, go see, I'm going to post it right after this live. The post says, I refuse to believe people don't have money to invest into their business. Like that is something that I will not believe anymore. Like, I feel like I never believed it, but that is something like I refuse to believe. I refuse to believe people don't have money to invest into their development, in their business or in their life. Like, I refuse to believe they don't have money. And the reason why is because most people, 99.9% of people, they have money, but they are afraid to invest their money because of the transformation that they need to commit to themselves to actually make it happen. And for me, if I were to lead my business with the limiting belief that I place on other people, that they don't have money, that's me doing the biggest disgrace for what I actually am set out to do, which is transforming people and helping them build the most unforgettable life by becoming their own boss. That is not possible if I believe people don't have money to invest into their growth. Like right now, I know whatever investment that people want to make, they have more than enough money to pay it. Or they have more than enough resources to find and figure out how to pay it. So what is the limiting beliefs that you have about your audience, about you, about your business? Reframe it. And I don't care if this takes you time this week, every single, like, take out a piece of paper, have a notebook somewhere on your laptop, a document, notes in your phone. And I challenge you to do this. Like, I literally challenge you to do this. I don't care if it takes an hour out of your day. If every 5 minutes you have a limiting belief, pause, write down the limiting belief and reframe it. Go back to do what you were doing. Limiting belief again, 30 minutes, pause, write down, reframe, go back to what you were doing. I challenge you to do this for the next week. Heck, start by doing it today. If you have a limiting belief, pause that moment. Don't sit with it. Don't say you're going to do it later. Write it down, reframe it, continue with your day. And I guarantee by the end of this week, next Monday, when we do Empire Creator Live Show, I guarantee you are going to feel so much more light, so much more abundant, and you are going to have so much more done and achieved because you actually took the time to reframe those beliefs. It's not enough, especially, like, honestly, it's not enough to just do it in your mind. Like, yes, you might be able to do it now, especially if there's something you practice like every single day, but it's not enough to just like, okay, like, that's not true, let me go off and do this thing. Like, write it down. And because when you write it down, there's more intention to it, and you can actually see like the reframe. So make it easy for you. Have it in your notes on your phone. So wherever you go, you have your phone, and make those reframes. And then come back next Monday and tell me how you feel. Okay? Because I promise you, whether this takes, let's say you stop and do it 5 or 10 times throughout the day, and it adds up to be an hour a day, or 30 minutes a day, or 10 minutes a day, I guarantee that hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours, 5 hours, however much time it takes you, that is more important than whatever else you have to do in your business. And you want to know why? It is because if you do those things with much more intention and a much more abundant mindset, those things are actually going to work for you. Okay. So go do it. Wow, I need to hear this. Yeah, they can't afford it. Thank you so much. Reframe my limiting beliefs as of tonight. Doing it now. Go do it. Let us know what breakthroughs you have. Post in the group. I'm really excited to see what reframes you guys have. We'll do next Monday. I don't know what the topic is going to be, but we're going to start next Monday really looking at what were the reframes, what breakthroughs did you guys have? And if you guys are in Monetize Social membership, like, even post it into the Facebook group, because of course this month it's all about Masterclass Madness. Today's weekly action plan also did get dropped. It's all focused on turning your masterclass funnel into an evergreen funnel. So if you did not see it, go check it out. And if you're not in Monetize Social membership, send me a DM and I will get you the link to join us, because tomorrow is also the monthly Q&A live session with me, where you get support for your business. Ask me anything, so that way you can have the best month ever in May. Okay. So that is all I have for all of you. I hope you guys have the best rest of your day, rest of your week, and I will see you guys next Monday for Empire Creator Live Show. Okay, that's all I have. I'll see you guys later. Make sure that you stay unforgettable. Bye, guys.